Perhaps you're listening to this because you've been trying to lose weight for some time now, and you find that you can be really good during the day, that you make sure you only eat healthy food in sensible portions for breakfast and lunch, and then when it gets to the evening, you ruin all your good efforts by binging on unhealthy snacks, greasy takeaways, or having second helpings of everything. Some people find that they tend to mindlessly eat when they're watching television, almost like eating on autopilot, and people often use night eating as a way of dealing with stress. It can sometimes feel like, after all the effort you've put in during the day, trying to meet your responsibilities, do your work and stick to your diet, that when evening comes, you just deserve a complete break from it all. Now, I don't need to tell you that as a strategy for feeling better, overeating doesn't work very well in the long term. You're probably all too familiar with that sense of guilt and regret that you get an hour or so after you've overeaten, or that heavy burden of feeling overweight, and knowing that you keep sabotaging your efforts to lose weight by overeating. But knowing on a rational level that overeating at night is a bad thing doesn't necessarily help you change your behavior. Now, there are a variety of useful tips and tricks that can help reduce night eating. There are, of course, obvious strategies like not keeping unhealthy snacks in the house, and planning your evening meal ahead of time so that you don't just buy something unhealthy on impulse. And then there are slightly more unusual but still very effective approaches, like only ever eating at the table rather than in front of the TV to discourage mindless snacking. It's also important to remember that if someone is skipping meals during the day or trying to live off a lettuce leaf for breakfast and a cucumber for lunch every day, then what they're really doing is abusing their body and giving themselves malnutrition, and extreme diets like that never work in the long term. Your body has a core biological need for protein, fat, complex carbohydrate, vitamins and minerals, and if you try to starve your body of essential nutrients and calories, it will rebel against you. Hunger will always win. So whatever diet you're following, make sure it's one that's sensible, moderate, and is giving your body the nutrition and healthy calories it needs to be able to thrive. But the core of this download isn't to give you yet more dietary advice, or to give you the reasons why you should keep cookies out of your kitchen cupboards, because while these things are useful to know, they don't address the deeper emotional causes of your night eating. They won't in themselves help you deal with the way you may have been using food to comfort yourself after a long day, or to relieve stress, or the way you might have felt like you needed it to cope, like you deserved it after the day you've had. And as you relax very deeply to the hypnotic part of this session, it's those emotional patterns that we're going to be transforming, so that you can learn new ways of instinctively comforting yourself, of dissolving stress, so that you develop a more balanced, disciplined, consistent attitude towards how you eat, which will allow you to become the slimmer, healthier person you want to be.